Fortnite Festival has helped gamers get their groove back, so to keep the good vibes going, let's look back at a few other times where games and music were in perfect harmony. This video is brought to you by Fortnite's Metallica update. Around the start of the 21st century, there were few sounds sweeter to a gamer's ears than the click-clacking of the buttons on a guitar-shaped controller. It's honestly hard to overstate just how big a deal Guitar Hero and Rock Band were back in their heyday. Whether you were getting into intense guitar duels with your friends, enjoying a leisurely jam together, or just trying to figure out how anyone made it through the fire and the flames without missing a note, everyone went wild for those rhythm-based games. Oh, and if you're wondering why Fortnite Festival plays so well, it might be partly because Harmonix, the developers of Rock Band, were behind it too. They're like the Dave Grohl of the music game world. A star-studded rock opera featuring psychedelic visuals and guitar battles against alien invaders, the artful escape simply isn't like anything else we've ever played. In this story-driven side-scroller, you take control of a young musician in search of his own artistic identity. That search takes him to some pretty far-off places, all of which look eye-meltingly cool in smooth 4K 60 on the Xbox Series X. But the best part is that the artful escape features a dedicated shred button for you to burst out a new riff whenever you feel like it, watching as the world around you responds to each lick. And if that doesn't make you feel like a bona fide rock god, then what will? There has been a kind of unholy alliance between heavy metal music and first-person shooters since Doom first thrashed and smashed its way into our lives. A metal hellsinger proves that they really are a match made in heaven. Playing as a character who's half human, half demon, and all furious, Hellsinger has you blasting through hordes of abominable creatures as you fight your way down through the depths of hell. To deal the most damage, you need to time your shots to the beat of the game's all-original soundtrack, which just so happens to feature metal icons from the likes of System of a Down and Lamb of God. So you think you can dance? Well, fortunately, you don't need a panel of celebrity judges to find out if that's true or not. You can just play Just Dance. This rhythm series has been shaking its hips since 2009 and it still hasn't lost a step. In fact, recent entries like Just Dance 2024 make playing easier than ever with a simple smartphone app to track your moves. Thanks to the eclectic track list, you can pirouette along to Swan Lake, cut loose to the Pussycat Dolls, or drape yourself over the nearest chaise lounge with some wet leg. Not sure that last one sounds quite right, but there are also more tracks being added all the time, so you'll have plenty of fresh tunes to dance to. These days, Xbox has a pretty full dance with Crypt of the Necro Dancer offering its own unique brand of boogieing-based gameplay. In this top-down roguelite, you'll be making your way through a series of dungeons, taking down enemies and picking up coins as you go. So far, so video gamey. But the twist is that you can only move in this game by timing your button presses to the beat of its irresistible soundtrack. Learning how to kick your enemies' butts with perfect rhythm takes some practice, but the end results are so very satisfying. And actually, really quite difficult too. Tetris Effect Connected is kind of like the Johnny Cash cover of Hurt in that it takes the brilliance of an iconic falling block puzzle game and puts such a distinctive new spin on it that it starts to feel like an entirely new thing. Each of the levels in Tetris Effect Connected is played to its own unique set of rules and is accompanied by a trippy set of visuals involving treks through the desert and glow-in-the-dark whales. Combine that with a hypnotic musical score, and the process of snapping blocks into place becomes an almost transcendent experience. You have to play it for yourself to really get it, but when Tetris Effect Connected hits just right, you'll feel like you're just one L shape away from having this whole life thing worked out, I promise. The good thing about having no sense of rhythm, and I should know, is that it's not a life or death matter. Except in BPM bullets per minute, where it really is. Like Metal Hellsinger, this first-person shooter has you gunning down great crowds of hideous monsters, timing your shots to the music to deal out serious damage. But it also ups the ante a little by jamming your gun if you fail to stay on beat. So if you want to commit a murder on the dance floor, you'll have to Feel the groove, DJ. Sorry. Just to be nice, BPM does also include an auto rhythm mode for players who are rhythmically challenged to a truly hopeless degree. You know who you are. It's me, it's fine. Finally, we couldn't possibly round out this list without raising a set of devil horns to the rock god himself, Jack Black. Back in 2009, Brutal Legend took us to a heavy metal themed fantasy world where an undead roadie has to fight to save humanity, mostly via superpowered guitar solos. The whole thing felt like a trip inside Jack Black's mind, which brings us to Psychonauts 2, where he appears as the Psy King, a kind-hearted Viking rocker whose colourful inner world makes for one of the game's most dazzling levels. And wouldn't you know, he even manages to sneak in an original song too. Basically, Jack Black has earned his place in gaming's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and if you feel like giving both of these classics a spin, Psychonauts 2 and Brutal Legend are available now on Game Pass. Have we left some of your favourite jams off our list? Hit the comments to tell me all about your favourite music games. This video was brought to you by Fortnite's new Metallica update. Starting June 13th, James, Lars, Kirk and Robert bring the fuel and the fire across the whole Fortnite ecosystem, starting with their own Fortnite Festival pass and a brand new mode, the PvP Battle Stage, where 16 players all rock out together, but only one will remain standing as you can use attacks to sabotage your opponent's shredding. All this plus new outfits, songs, Ride the Lightning Battle Royale power-ups, and a new 6-song concert experience called Metallica Fuel Fire Fury, starting on June 22nd. Bye!